120 seconds. 110 seconds. 100 seconds. 90 seconds. 80 seconds. 70 seconds. 60 seconds. 50 seconds. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
It's Morning Talk. I'm your host, J.C. McCauley, along with the champions of talk. Cleo Duke-Wright is in the house. Bring us in a little of my good friend here, Jay Hogarth. We're going to let the whole song play on the opening here. Enjoy. We'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's hot. Oh, yeah. All right, my friends. Okay. I'm like listening to that music, losing my mind in here. Me and Miss Cleo in here having us a good time. How are you doing, Miss Cleo?
Oh, I am doing so much. I am
There
doing
you go.
so much better than last week.
Oh,
Thank you.
jeez.
Oh my goodness, I feel great compared to how I felt last week. I feel great.
Great, great, great. Last week you were in a car accident. Someone rear-ended your car.
Yeah, some rear-ended my car, and you know, as usual, I think I'm all right, and of course I was not.
Mm-hmm.
And I went about my day, and I didn't quite make it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I had to have pictures taken of my head. I don't remember hitting my head or anything. I don't have any marks on me, so I don't know if I remember everything, but I think I remember everything.
What day specifically did the accident happen? Sunday, right?
Huh?
When did the accident happen?
And I was going Ash Wednesday. I was going
Oh,
to church
okay.
for Ashes in the evening, and I got rear-ended. And I was about to get off the highway, and I got rear-ended. There was hardly any traffic. It was a clear night. I couldn't figure out, when I got hit. I kept saying, "Oh no, this can't be," you know. And I just pulled over to the side, and cars came in front of me. I had no idea who hit me at the time. But the young man came back. I was about to get out the car, and the young man came back and said that they had hit me.
Wow. And last Friday was like it was freezing out.
Yeah.
And then she took the bus here.
I thought
She walked to the bus, got on the bus, then walked way from down the street up here in the cold.
I didn't know it was that cold that when I got out there, I have this thing in my head. Don't let anything stop you from your regular routine. Don't just keep on going. Just step over it and keep on going. No matter how you can do it, just do it. And so that's what I did. And it was not the smartest thing I ever did because I was freezing. I was shaking inside. My head
I don't think
hurt.
you got warm until probably near the end of the program.
Yes.
I remember because she was over there. I remember now.
So
is she okay there, Miss Cleo? Because she was getting like, oh my goodness, I hope she's okay.
Yes, I was coming in and your wife looked at me. She said the same thing. I said, "God, I must look terrible. Why is she saying that to me?" And I came in and you said the same thing. I just kept on going because that's what I do. That's what I do. And it's not always the smartest thing to do because I'm not 30 anymore or even 40 or 50. So, or even 60. So, it's really, I got to remember that. I have to remember.
Your mind doesn't think that way. Your mind thinks that you're like 25 and you can do anything.
Yeah, I can do anything.
Because your mind is still sharp,
right.
and you feel like you can run.
And when I feel like I can run, and I start to run, I said, "Oh my goodness, what's the matter with my body? Why doesn't it follow me along?" Yeah, my body has to tell me that I can no longer do things the way I used to do them, and how I used to do them is it's not going to react in the kind of in the same way. I can do them, but it's not the same, so I feel, and I love to walk and my body doesn't do that
the way you want it to.
The way I want it to, yeah. So I have to get used to that. And then, of course, I look in the mirror and I say, "Oh my God, there's my dad, there's my mom. Oh my God. When did I start looking like them?" Sometimes I look like my mother. Sometimes I can see my dad. And so it goes.
And
so it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got some great music here from Jay Hogarth. I want to play another one of his songs, but we'll do that maybe later on. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait till next week. We come in with the professor, and then we go out with him. But the music is phenomenal, and so there are, I think, 12. I think there's 12 or 14. I wouldn't say 12. There's 12 songs. I had the high honor of being in the studio when they were doing that. Now the album is smoking. It's the same songs, but the album is, if you like those songs, the album is different because those were live performances of the songs on the album.
But the album is awesome.
The album is because the mix is like boom, 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 and you listen in your home on stereo or headphones, so it sounds like exponentially better. But just to be in the room with these great musicians, telling the story through song and the creative process, I don't know which is better, the behind the scenes or the listen to the music, but to be in the presence of great musical minds putting song that I love being around musicians. You know.
Oh, well, you love being around musicians, and I love being around storytellers and poets and authors. I love being around them.
You know, there's a great book festival and fair in New Orleans.
Where? In New Orleans?
In New Orleans.
Really?
I'm gonna hook you up with Peter, because this thing is huge. It's big. It's phenomenal.
Peter going?
Absolutely, he's going.
And when is it?
I think it's like, it might be this month or next month, I think. Yeah, it's and it's big. It's good. It's big. It's free too. And
is it storytelling?
Storytelling. There are going to be authors there. They're going to be reading. They're going to be telling stories. All kinds of stuff. The children's nook. All kinds of things. This is well, you remember the bookstore. The guy, he came up here.
Oh yes.
Right. So he's involved.
It's his bookstore. It's going to be
Oh no! This is
the whole
his
city?
bookstore, but I mean it's the whole. There's a whole big thing, the college campus and stuff. I would imagine it's going to be like the event that we went to. What was that? At Connecticut College?
Connecticut College Storytelling Festival. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a book festival. The Storytelling Festival. When is
April.
that?
It's usually in April. I haven't heard too much about it. It has changed so much.
I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a blast.
I used to go every single year, and for years I would not tell a story. I just went there, and the lady, I'm so sorry that I don't remember her name. The who started that. I called her up one day, and I just said that I want to come to the festival. I'm a storyteller, and you know, I paid my money. I went. She never forgot me. She always remembered me. She probably was in her 90s at the time. A wonderful lady. When she passed, I was so sorry I couldn't go to her celebration, but I just went there every year, and I took the workshops. And you know, one day someone said, "Don't you think it's about time you told a story?" But I was afraid to tell a story to storytellers. I don't know why, but I finally did. I finally did it, and it was okay. They're a very supportive group.
There were phenomenal stories.
Yes.
I remember when we went down there, and they tell stories, and just, you know,
And children.
it's better than watching a movie, because the way they tell the story, you can see it,
And that's
so
what it's supposed
vividly.
It's supposed to.
That's a
all
great
kinds
story.
of different. There's different kinds of storytellers, not just one kind of. There's so many different kinds of storytellers, and storytelling. Well, there's storytelling, acting, but to me, a real storyteller is not an actor. It's telling the story and just letting that story go anywhere that, you know. That's why I always tell you I don't usually use props. I don't like props. It messes up my concentration of the story. You know, I just tell the story, and I always say, Lord, just let me communicate this story. And you just tell it. And who used to Gwen Reed? I used to love the way Gwen Reed told stories, because she just sat there and she told the story very calmly, not with uh like she was trying to remember the story, just told the story. I used to love the way she did that. So she's my image when I tell stories, and always wanted to tell stories like her.
What is your favorite story of all time
My
that you like to tell?
oh, I like to tell the story of the beautiful girl who married the fish.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, okay.
I love that. I love that story. I love um what brother Blue used to tell a story. Once upon a time ago, a rhyme ago, a nickel and dime ago, somewhere something happened. I forgot what the name of that story is right offhand. The Rainbow Child.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. I love that story too. There's so many stories I love. I love Jewish folk tales. I love Jewish folk tales. I think they're wonderful. Um, and Russian stories. Baba Yaga. I know they don't pronounce it that way, but that's how Baba Yaga the witch, and I love Baba Yaga because she's a witch, but she's not. She's terrible, but she's wonderful at sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's just an all around. She's just a regular human being,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
probably.
mm-hmm.
And she's a witch, but you know and sometimes it's like when you go through things and they're horrible and terrible. At the end, you realize why you went through them, and it's this beautiful, wonderful thing that's happened to you because you have walked through that horrible part, the terrible part. Well, that's Baba Yaga to me. So I like Russian tales too, and I don't pronounce the words right. I used to know some. I was introduced to some a Russian family, but I could never pronounce the names the way they do. The one stories that I cannot tell,
Mm-hmm.
I have to tell them like I'm Southern, like you know. And those are West Indian stories. Mm-mm. I have a whole book
Mm-hmm.
of West Indian tales in dialect, and I cannot, because I can't do the dialects of African Americans very well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think my family just pounced correct English in our head so much that I can't even say these things. But I try my very best to say them. So I put them away, and I love the stories. I said, how can I tell this story? But I can't. I want to do it in dialect because it's so beautiful in dialect. But I can't do it in dialect, and I've tried. My children can. They can pick up that dialect just like that, but I can't do it. So I have to figure out how I can tell the story,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to have some ideas, some kind of feeling about the people and how they live and what they mean when they say something. So you're saying the same words, but the way you present it, people will understand what you're talking about. You know, sometimes I can't do that. Native American tales.
Mm.
That's another. They tell stories beautifully. Oh my goodness. But I try to tell them as best I can,
Mm-hmm.
but not to insult them,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
not to insult people.
The great storytelling. Um, yeah. Yeah. Trying to think of what my favorite story. Well, I think my favorite story is. It's kind of like it's a comment. There's three stories I like. Um, they're because you can drag the story. You can stretch a story,
Oh.
embellish it, add to it.
Well, that makes it your own.
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful girl who married a fish. I got that story somewhere where I was in the Harvard Public Library, and I was reading. I think I was at a storytelling. I was waiting for the me to tell stories, and I was reading this story, and I just loved it. And but at the end of it, and I told it, and as I told it to my children, and they cried, and they said, "Oh no, no, Ma, you can't tell a story like that." So I changed the ending of it a little bit, and that's the only story that I ever changed. Because a senior storyteller said, that's not you don't do that." But I changed the story almost completely. So, and I kept my ending. But no, that's not. They said, that's not your job. What are you doing? What are you doing? Changing a story? That's not. What are you doing? And I'm looking at her like she acted like I had committed a real sin.
Mm-hmm.
I never did that again. Change anybody's story. I always, unless and then there were stories that I told myself, that I made up myself. That the Juba story is mine that I made up, and the mother in the soup kitchen. I made up that story. But it's stories. You gotta sort of. I'm losing my point here. Honor the story. Just stick to the story and honor the story, especially if it's somebody else's story and not your story. You can't be, changing that. You get nervous about how the people will perceive it. But so if you're nervous about how the people will perceive it, and maybe you shouldn't tell that story because it has this and or that, and don't tell a story. Tell another story. Tell another story. Don't mess up that story. Just tell another story. And of course, you can't change biblical stories.
The story about the guy who parted the Red Sea, and then as soon as they got down in it, the water crashed down on them. Some stories you can't just change.
No, you can't change that.
Wait a minute, that's not how the story goes.
I know someone, I'm not going to say his name. I know someone who's still mad about that. Ever since they found out that story, when they read that story in the Bible where the Philistines, they all drowned, and the Israelites got across. They kept saying, "Why'd God do that? Oh, I don't like that guy."
He wiped out Pharaoh's army.
Right, that's right. Oh, wow, I don't like that. Oh, they took away all those Egyptians. They killed all those Egyptians. Oh no.
Yeah.
If you take our times and take Bible very, very literally, and there's so much meaning in it that it could scare you half to death.
To some degree, it should put something on it. Something to get you right.
Close that book and say, "Oh, you are not for me."
I think a lot of people do that. They don't like what's in it, so they kind of just close it, put it away, this is not the kind of book. I don't like the endings in this book. I don't like the consequences in this book. So can't we just get rid of it?
If you get into your head that life is just messy, it's just messy. You're going to have to go through some mess, just period. Because that's what life is, messy. We got to get through the mess. Then you have a little more stamina to read the book, or to read, because I can't read African American history very well. I've never seen Roots.
The movie?
I've never seen Roots. I did, and the Native American, what was that name that broke out? Arrow. I can't. I'll cry for the rest of the day.
Oh, okay. So you've never seen Roots because you don't want to see the. It's not that you didn't have the opportunity. You made a conscious decision not to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't watch, and I didn't watch what's that movie that the horse's head is in the bed?
Oh, The Godfather.
Oh no, I never even when that came out, I knew I wasn't gonna go to see that.
That's a that is.
So I said,
that,
I'm not
that's a
gonna
classic.
see any. That's I know about the horse's head.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of movies that got a horse's head in
the bed, but no, I decided when that came out that's not something I wanted to see. I'm not gonna go see a bunch of look at a bunch of murderers.
It is a very violent movie, but it's not gratuitous. But I mean, it's necessary in order to move the story along. That's a
certain kind of society that their main thing is. I don't even know what their main thing is, but they kill people, and they kill people, and they're religious. That's all, they're really family oriented, and we worship these people. We worship. I can remember when Al Capone died. I was about in the 5th grade.
Oh, really?
The 5th or the 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
What did I know about
Alphonse.
Al Capone? I knew him because of Elliot Ness on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody was talking about, he died. He died. It died because he syphilis or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why are we celebrating? And that's what it is. These people who murder people. I don't understand it. So I said,
that's a good question. Like our heroes, or the heroes. The heroes. I think this is common all over the world, but it's most certainly here in the United States. The heroes are always always bad people.
Bad people. I said,
criminals, murderers.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I don't want. So I said, no, I'm not watching that. And the only reason I don't watch the, like the Holocaust and African American history and all of that is because it is so cruel, it's so violent, so terrible that I need to get through the day myself, and I cannot get through the day if I see that. I'm angry. Oh, I used to go to work angry. Woo. When I first learned about African American history and what happened and what we went through, and my aunt said, "Oh no, I couldn't do it." So I didn't. So I don't do it. I can read it. I can't watch it, but I can read it because you could read up to so much, and then you could put it down,
and back away a little bit,
and back away, and come back, and say, "Okay, all right, you got that far. Let's go a little further." But I can't watch it on a TV. So.
Well, see, I can watch most things except horror movies. I don't watch anything that is horror, or demonic stuff. I don't like watching that. But horror movies, I figure someone spends an inordinate amount of money, several millions of dollars, and you're supposed to get scared. If the movie is effective, I mean, you're supposed to believe what's on the screen, and I don't like having that stuff teleported into my mind.
Well, I always say, dead people can't be more powerful than me. They're dead, And when I see those movies, it doesn't. I don't watch them either. I don't watch them either. But
I don't like the sense of being frightened or scared.
Right. I don't like being scared. I don't like being scared. But I don't, think people are coming after me. I don't believe in
The Omen.
The what?
The movie The Omen. The Omen and The Exorcist. Folk running out of the theater screaming when The Exorcist first came out.
Oh, that was...
with the head that spun all the way around.
Yeah, that was terrible. No, I didn't see that. That was... I never saw it the second time, though.
No, that's something oh, no. I mean, these are things you've never seen before. Oh, God,
the priest died at the priest... Oh, no. No, I don't...
See, that kind of stuff to me is unnecessary. It's like... It's no.
And then when you
no.
You have a little trouble introducing the Bible after The Exorcist. If people are thinking, especially little children, relate those two things together.
Yeah. Some things you shouldn't expose your mind to. You know, it's just not good. It's not good.
So what we have to understand is we choose what we choose.
That is true.
We choose what we choose.
That
do you
is
choose
true.
to see that, or do you not choose to see that?
That is very, very true.
You know,
very
do you
true.
choose to put your children, you know, expose your children to that, or you know?
Yeah. No, I would never let my kids see that. Now, of course, my kids have seen The Matrix, which is reasonably violent, but I pulled them out of school for the Matrix 4 Resurrections. Yeah, the whole family, we went to.
You pulled your child out of school to go to the movie?
Absolutely. It's not a movie. It's The Matrix. It's a difference. Here's like all the Matrix posters in this room. You know, so yeah, it's like.
I have to see that. I've never seen anything. The Matrix. I've never seen it.
Yeah, for us Matrix fans, there's only we're so into the Matrix that, you know, the Hollywood and the film industry was created for one purpose and one purpose only, so that the Matrix could be made.
Is that sort of like Star Wars?
Star Wars is a good franchise. You know, it's gotten better now. You know, it's gotten much better. You know, like The Mandalorian and Andor. Andor's was off the chain. Just fabulous storytelling and filmmaking, and The Mandalorian as well. Season 3 is going to be starting soon if it hasn't already. I don't think it started already. I have to double check and see.
So do you have those movies in your collection?
No.
So you can watch them? Oh.
No, the Matrix I have in my collection. Yeah, absolutely have the Matrix. Oh, Scam Likely. Do you have? I like to screen these. When you get a scam call, do you have a screener that comes up that says Scam Likely?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
I do. Sometimes it does not come up, and I answer, and I just have to hang up.
I like when they, you know, you've been pre-approved. Look, just send me the money. Just send it. Just send it.
You won $30,000.
But just send. You don't have to call. You know, you found my number and stuff. Just send the money.
You know, you probably know all my information already. So
right. Just send it.
Send it to me.
In fact, you know what? Keep half. Send me. You keep your half. Keep half, and just send it to me. Yeah, I don't. Just put it in the mail. Send it in a box.
I did fall for this. You have won a $500 gift certificate to Walmart. You just have to answer these 2 questions. I did fall for that, and so I answered the 2 questions. And there was a question, and there was this, and do you do this, and do what you do, and
data mining.
So then I just disconnected it because it was a scam. Yeah.
You have to be very careful of these things because they will pull you in, particularly people who have fixed incomes. They've retired, you know, these kinds of things. So you have to be careful of that. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Listen a little bit more great jazz and with Jay Hogarth. Don't go anywhere, my friends. It's Morning Talk. Stick and stay. Oh yeah. Both feet on the ground, Jay Hogarth. Yeah, that's some great stuff right there. We'll play a little bit more of that as time goes by. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Hi. So my name is Nelky Maldonado.
My name is Ramon L. Arroyo.
And we know that Hartford Parent University provides good services and resources to parents in our communities, which are greatly needed because a lot of times our parents, they don't know where to go, how to get information, and being part of this program is essential to them in being successful in their children's education.
And I think that parents should get involved in their kids' education because it's very important. Education is, I always believe, is a success in life. If you got a good education, you can be very successful.
So we encourage our parents to please come join the program, ask lots of questions, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed.
How do you define evil? Is it the pedophile school administrator or taxation without representation? Is it the gatekeeping community leaders who sell out the very people they are fighting for? Or is evil the politician that puts out lies and takes in cash? However you may classify evil, having to choose the lesser of two evils still leaves you with evil. No wonder so many people don't vote. It's time for constituents to flip the script and leave the plantation of party politics and free your political mind.
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
All right. Welcome back. It's Morning Talk. It's J.C. McCauley along with Cleo Duke-Wright. Champions of Talk. Oh, yeah. Welcome back. So, any plans for the weekend?
Just more packing. And, more packing. I might work this Saturday, but I'm trying not to overdo it. So I might not do that.
So, you're getting ready to move.
Yes, I'm getting ready to move.
Moving is a pain.
Oh,
my goodness.
I look at it and I just say, I pack a few boxes and it seems like everything is still there. So I do a little at a time and don't have much help. So just do a little at a time.
Yeah, now there's one thing that everybody says they'll never do again. After they do it. I am never moving again. And then
here you go again.
There you go again. Yeah, 'cause packing is a pain in the neck. And then once you get in, then you got to unpack everything. You got to find a place for it to be. And, I wouldn't even think. I look around just my office. And,
yeah, oh my gosh, how would I ever move all this stuff?
one thing at a time.
Yeah. Well, when we went in there, we had nothing. Just my books.
Mm-hmm.
We had nothing. And no, I said, how did we accumulate? And we had all this stuff in storage. It's still in storage, and we still got all this junk. My son, he was smart. His family was burnt out. They lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
They were, God bless them. All of them were safe.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Red Cross, put them up and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And he got everything back. So he's not worried about anything. He said, don't worry about any of this stuff. We lost everything. We got all of it back. Don't worry about that, Mom. Leave it.
Right.
He's not
Connected
attached
to
anything. He's not, since that had happened to him, he's not attached to anything. He says, all right, let it go.
Well, it's a phenomenon. I remember when I had stuff in storage, which I lost. But I remember when I had stuff in storage, and the storage people said that people will pay their storage fees first and generally on time, because if you don't, they'll auction off your stuff.
Yeah.
They will auction your stuff. And but people like their stuff to the degree that people move their stored stuff with them. They don't even know what's in there.
I don't. They could do it. They could auction it off the board. It's been in there 12 years. What do I know?
It's time to get rid of. Just
Stop.
Leave it there. Just stop paying for it. And let them auction it off.
The only thing that I care about in that whole storage space that I could remember is my cast iron Dutch oven.
Your cast iron Dutch oven.
And I bought another one. And I still just think of my cast iron Dutch oven. You know what I would have to go through to find that cast iron Dutch oven and all that stuff? So, yeah.
Yeah, just...
I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to let them, we have a lot of new stuff. But I don't want any of it.
Even the stuff that you think is worth something, like say old TVs or things like that, they become obsolete. They've been in there so long that they don't, obsolete.
Everything.
Oh, here it is, my 8-track player.
And then if you go get it, then you're gonna have to do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you all got all this other stuff. So, and they probably don't mind auctioning it off. My God, I've paid more than anything in there is worth.
You absolutely start. Your payments are you paying them. You could have gone out buying new stuff. And the stuff that's in there is old, is obsolete. You don't even know what's in there.
No.
So just they say after a year.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stop paying that one.
Mm-hmm.
And just let them do, because I don't know what to do with it. And I got so much stuff to get rid of now. And we're going to a place where I bought a stove. I bought a refrigerator. I can't take those things with me. I don't want to leave them for the landlord.
The one that's...
Because they're not so nice.
The one that you currently have in your current place, you're going to leave, or you have to get rid of or sell it?
I have to get rid of it or sell it or something. I just don't want to... we never had a stove.
Mm-hmm.
We had a refrigerator, but when it went out, they took so long to respond to us. They didn't respond to us, so we had to buy one.
Right.
And then we never had a stove.
Mm-hmm.
We never had cabinets in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have cabinets or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to I bought things to put things on, and now I have all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of. So I don't want to leave the stove there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to leave the refrigerator there.
Well, you could always, as you mentioned, give it to somebody, or just would it penalize you if you leave it there? Because you have a stove where you're going, or what?
Oh yeah, I'd rather have my stove that I bought, but I got one where I'm going. So
you have a gas or electric?
Well, I have an electric stove where I am, but it's a gas range where I'm going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, gas is. I like cooking with gas better than electricity. Yeah. Although the stove we have here is electricity, but gas, nothing cooks like gas.
So, well, I'm gonna, what's that place down on Cottage Grove Road that they sell the stuff to people? I bought my first used stove there, and I'll probably send this one there too, so someone could buy it, and the refrigerator, have it moved there, so somebody could, they'll sell it.
I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. Just like that. Wow. It's happening.
Pardon?
It's happening.
What's happening?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, well, hey, join the club. Join the club. I always get nervous when that happens to me, but hey, it's been happening for years. Long before I got old, so it'll come back.
It'll come back. It was something to do with appliances and moving, but it just evaporated just as it came, it left.
Yep. Hey, it happens to us. It happens to me every day. I take it very slow. Since I was in the accident, my head is, my brain is, I'm like floating.
Oh, wow. And you had a check. You had a full scan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And my eyeballs are still feeling funny, but I can walk around. I can't move my head around too much, but I'm doing it. I don't have a headache. They say, "Do you have a headache now?" I don't have a headache. I just feel like I'm light. And my appetite, my taste buds, totally gone.
Oh, really?
I don't taste anything.
Really?
Since I had the knock in the head. I try to be bad, eat things I shouldn't eat, but it don't taste like anything. Nothing tastes like anything.
Oh my!
So I don't know. My young man says, "Cleo, you're gonna eat supper with me?" I says, "Yes, right. I'll eat supper with you." Oh my gosh! And I'm eating this stuff that tastes like nothing. Nothing tastes like nothing. My candy still tastes a little sweet.
You can taste the candy though, huh?
I can taste the candy a little bit, but regular food, no, doesn't taste like anything. I don't know why that would.
You can smell okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know if I can smell. It must have really jerked me. Of course, we were going about 60 miles an hour. Wow. I was going about 60 miles, 55, 60 miles an hour. I was going to get off at the next exit. And
this person hit you from behind.
Yes.
You were going 60 when they hit you? Or you were had slowed down?
No, I hadn't slowed down. I didn't even know he was behind me. I don't even know where he came from.
He must have been flying.
I was just driving. So I was driving at a regular speed, 55 or 60 miles an hour. I was just driving at regular speed when he hit me. But when he hit me, I slowed the car down because there was really nothing around me. I slowed the car down pretty easily. I never lost control of the car. The car went sideways, and I just followed it in the path it was going over to the shoulder, hollering about, oh no, this could not have happened. And then I didn't even look around. I didn't even turn my face to look around. All I saw was the cars starting to come in front of me. That's all I saw. And so I didn't even know what happened. So when the state police, the young man says, well, when he came over, he says, well, I'm going to call my parents. My parents will be right here. I said, all right, but you call the police too. That's all right, but call the police.
This was a young person.
This was a young person, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she says, oh, you want to call the police? I said, yes, I think we better call the police. So when I called the 911, and they said, that's the state police. And while I was going to call the state police, they rode up behind me. So somebody called them. And they asked me what happened. I said, I don't know. Somebody hit me. And they said, who hit you? Well, there were two cars in front of me. I didn't know who hit me. And I said, well, that young man in the front there said he hit me. So then he went up to that car. And that's all I know. I wasn't privy to any conversations. I didn't know what the other guy said. I didn't know what the lady said. I didn't know anything. Until I got to my, I realized my car didn't work when I tried to start it. But everybody had left. And there was me all by myself. With the car going put, on the highway. So it finally picked up speed. I got to the church, and then they helped me. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more disruptive than a motor vehicle incident on the highway.
Yes.
And you are left at the mercy. So state police left you there?
Well, yeah, everybody got in their cars and everybody took off, and I was taking off with them. But I just didn't go anywhere. and they and they went, and they left me there, right there. Yeah.
All right. Well, the weekend is about to begin. I see diesel gas came down. Or diesel fuel came down. I saw it for $3.99 because, of course, I have an old diesel car, and
$3.99.
$3.99.
Is that good?
It's good for me because it was like $4-something. $4.20. Well, I think I said like it was $4.49 for a while.
It used to be less than.
Diesel used to be the cheapest.
How did it get
fuel.
so high?
Well, trucking and all kinds of other stuff, and they're phasing it. They're trying to phase people out of some certain fuels. But but my old car that I still drive, it's great gas mileage.
Yeah, but
great gas mileage, and I like the car. Once I get my front shocks, I have to the shock mounts have gone, so I have to get new shock mounts in there. So I'll do that in the upcoming weeks, and I'll be good to go. Yeah.
I love my car too, but I don't know if it's gonna survive. Don't know if it's gonna survive. So now I gear myself up for being taken advantage of.
Oh.
So I said, all right, what can they come back with? What can I do, to protect myself? Because I am really, really tired of being taken advantage of.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm really tired of people grinning at me. Being nice. And then when I get outside, I don't have anything. I've been taken advantage of again. So I try not to look at the grins, not to look at the faces so much, but just to listen to what they're saying and how it's going to affect me. Because these people, they're very clever. They see me coming. I got the face.
Protect the nest.
Yes.
Protect the nest.
I got that face. Oh, we got her.
Oh, yeah. Here comes another. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a deal. We got a 50% deal off here. We're gonna save you some money. Never tell you how much. It's like the attorney that says, and that's my promise. He says his name, and then that's his promise. So what are you promising? Your
Right.
name or just the phrase? It doesn't make you a promise, but he just says.
Well, I went to the lawyer and he's telling me all of the stuff, and I'm looking at him, and he's saying, what are you thinking? Because I'm looking at him. I must have had a frown or something on my face, looking at him really hard. I said, I don't want an ambulance chasing lawyer. I want an honest.
Oh.
That was a terrible thing to say, but
Yeah, that's like.
but that's what but see,
Lawyer epithets.
you're talking to me, and I'm trying to understand you,
Mhm.
but you're not sounding. So he says, take it easy. I know what you're thinking. Don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not. Listen.
I would
this
never
is
take
the-
advantage of you.
Yeah.
That's what the
could do-
serpent said to Eve.
Yeah. But lawyers don't listen to you. I only know one lawyer that I've ever spoken to that actually listens to you. They know what they gotta do. They know what their purpose is. They know that they do this, and that. They get the answers to the questions, and then they proceed to do what they know how to do. And you are just the person or the thing that allows them to do what they do. And your story and your feelings and none of that, you could see it in them. It's all like not going anywhere. Answer their questions as short as you can. Don't put any emotion in because they don't care. And get it done.
Well, sometimes lawyers can be, like doctors. I'm a doctor, I don't. You can't even imagine. You won't know in a lifetime what I learned in 5 minutes. I'm a doctor. So, well, we're out of time though.
Yeah. So
We're out of time.
So we're the people. We got to talk to each other because we can't talk to them because they're on a different plane.
Yeah.
They're on a different plane when they're in their office. Maybe they become human beings and stuff when they leave their offices. You think?
Well, I would hope so.
And
I
they're
would hope so.
normal to their families and things like that. But a lawyer in an office, nah. I never feel like I'm being heard.
Well, Miss Cleo, I will see you next week.
Okay. And I'll see you.
Have a great. Oh, wait a minute. 2 weeks.
What?
Because you won't be here next week.
Nope, that's right. I will not be here next
So I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll see you before that, but we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, my friends, have a great rest of your day and do something special for yourself. Bye-bye.